All right, this is part two to the Raybrook joint. I told you about the Raybrook joint when I was locked up and I was under investigation. All right, you're supposed to guess what it is. So we're gonna start off with that and get this thing jumping.
Hi guys, welcome to Platinum Cuisines. We're located on the North Island in Freeport.
Tune in to Unique Mecca Audio.
All right, Unique Mecca Audio, man. You know, this is what it is. You know, I told you I was going to tell you about part two, but before we start, remember, cop the book of Rowan Harlem, man. You say you support me, cop the book of Rowan Harlem at rowanharlem.com. Subscribe at Unique Mecca Audio TV. Cop the audio book, do what you got to do. All right? So now, I'm in the shoe. I was on the compound. I'm at Raybrook. You know, like I said, you know, I done told you I'm going to tell you about part two. I'm at Raybrook and, you know, I'm penitentiary rich. And, you know, you remember penitentiary rich. You know what I mean? I'm penitentiary rich. I got mad stamps. I got a food store. I got everything jumping. But I got SIS on my line. That's the Special Investigation Service. You know, that's like the FBI, you know, the DEA for the institution. So, you know, I'm making too much stamps. I'm sending these home. I'm getting street value for each book. So I'm sending home 100, 200 books at a time. They cost $740, you know, 100 books, you know what I mean? You already know what it is, you know? Now, we sitting there, sending home a little 1,500, you know what I mean? 700, 750, you know, at a time. And I'm doing good, you know? Penitentiary rich, you know, you get the full book of stamps that I just showed you. Well, you had these little joints here. You know, these are the little packs. They got the names on them from, you know, whoever, you know, whatever ticket man run it. You know, they promote their brand in the joint. So you understand, like this the GDs. So the GDs, they put GD on their books. And they sometimes they even write them on the stamps. You know what I mean? Because no matter what you put on, as long as it ain't got the black mark, they'll go. Sometimes they say you can't deface it, but whatever. But now, I'm going to give y'all another little jewel. If you ever got to send out a letter and you ain't got no stamps, they got something that you could write right where the stamp go. You'll write Frank. The word Frank. You know, I know y'all use Frank as the Frank stand on YouTube now and all that. But Frank is something that the government been using for over 100 years. You know, you put Frank, that means that you ain't got no money for the stamp. Frankly, let this joint go through. You know what I mean? But like I said, you know, everybody put their names on it. You know what I mean? This Serranos, they might put SUR on it. You understand? DC might put DC on it. You know, the New York car put New York on it. You know, the Latin Kings might put LK on it. So now, they rolled up in my cell. And, you know, because they were looking for me, you know, for the little 2-hour check-in tour. They had me on that little 2-hour check-in crap. So, you know, I went checked in over there at the medical, you know, but when I went, it was like one of those quick in and out joints. I had an 8 o'clock appointment over there, but then I had a computer class over in this other building that didn't have a speaker in it. So I let the people at the medical know, look, you know, when they told me that I was done, I went and gave them my name, my ID card. And when I rolled up in there, I let them know that, you know, they said you could leave, you know, go back to the unit or wherever you want to go. Figured I might want to go to rec because everybody go to rec. A lot of people ain't in the programming, but, you know, I was in the programming. So now, I tell them, all right, well, I'm going over there to the computer building. So if they call for me and I'm not here, you know, for the 2-hour check-in, just let them know I'm over there. But I will let them know over there that I just left over here. So I follow protocol. So now I follow protocol and then they turn around, like I said in all the video, they lock me up. You know what I mean? So now I'm in the shoe here, go speed it up, go to DHO, but they run up in the cell, they find a bunch of these little stamps. You know what I mean? 366 stamps, so now they got me locked up. So after I go to DHO give me time served official gangster from Lewisburg, you know what I mean? Was a captain and all that, worked his way up. And now he was a DHO, which is disciplinary hearing officer, which is like the judge for the institution. So y'all learning all the lingo and the codes. Y'all like my background, y'all, you know, let me know and put in the thing you like the background. My man, Editor Jax, did it from Raleigh, North Carolina. See my background, and he teaching me how to do all this. So I'm learning all this with my man. Thank you, Editor Jax. So now I go to DHO, he released me. So now I'm supposed to be going back to the pound that day. I'm waiting to go back to the pound and they come and they tell me that I'm under investigation. So I'm wondering, what am I on investigation for? If you got the stamps, I went to DHO, that joint is over. I checked in, you verified I checked in, so you didn't give me a shot for not checking in because medical covered me. You know what I mean? They took me to the, they were looking for me to give me a urine test. Cause I like to smoke that weed. Me and Jamaican, so that thing there I go. So, they try to catch me, 'cause that's what they do. They try and catch us and we try and get over. It's a cat and mouse game, but if you're a gangster, you know what time it is. You know what I mean? So I beat that too. I beat everything. You know what I mean? So they got me for 366 books, 366 loose stamps, come up to about 16 books and change. You know what I mean? But now people getting caught with 100 books, 200 books, they don't even go to the shoe. You know what I mean? If they even get a shot, they see the UDC in the unit, UDC get rid of it. And, if it's entirely too much and the UDC want to be a complete asshole, what they do is they refer to DHO, but they stay on the compound. They ain't got to pack up all their property and go in that 20 below zero cell that I told y'all about. Now, we have people laughing, talking about, oh, there's nothing 20 below. Yo, you take your ass up there to Raybrook, get locked in a cell that got water on the floor. The water turn to ice, and you tell me if it's 20 below, 5 below, or 10 below. You know what I mean? Either way, your ass cold, man. You know what I mean? So y'all figured it out. You want to nitpick because this is YouTube. But yeah, I wouldn't wish it on none of y'all. But trust me, 9 times out of 10, y'all couldn't survive that. And none of this is to brag. Just letting y'all know, that's why I'm letting the youngins know that it's not worth it. That's what my program is about, is to point them in the right direction. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I'm wearing my STUF, joint, my shut the F up joint, today for y'all to cop the merchandise, because that's what this is about. That's why they locked me up in the shoe on the investigation. Well, they kept me in the shoe on the investigation. Now, the way that played out is, there was a dude that came in there, he was from Norfolk. You understand what I'm saying? He testified at my trial. He saw me, he recognized me. Now, this is 2006, late 2006, early 2007. You know what I mean? Now, it's 2007. So now, because I got there in 2006, day before Thanksgiving, that was November 24th. I made it through the holidays, get locked up every holiday for not checking in, even though I was checking in. So, and right after that, January comes, and then now they pull this little stunt with the stamps and the checking and the urine and everything I beat, because I'm following their rules, but they just mad that I'm too New York slick. You know what New York slick is. You know what I mean? Come on, man. My game tighter than fish pussy. You know what I mean? Let's keep it 100. Now, they come and they tell me that I'm on an investigation because, they can't tell me why. I'm like, so how am I on investigation for something that I don't know about, so how am I going to defend myself against it? But we'll tell you when the time comes. You know what I mean? So a couple of weeks went by, and then my unit team finally came to see me, because every week the captain and the warden and all of them walked through. I say, look, man, I know I'm a gangster. Let's keep it 100. You know what I mean? I done sold drugs in every prison I was in. I done carried knives, made knives, brought drugs in. I did all that. But I haven't done anything here yet. And I'm telling you, I'm not trying to do nothing. I like the programs y'all got. I'm trying to program and I'm trying to get my life together. But while I'm trying to get my life together, y'all interfering because y'all still holding my past institution record against me. And that kind of pisses me off. And it makes me want to crank up when I get out there. You know what I mean? Like I said, I was bold and brazen like that. And that's why they didn't like me, because my attitude was too aggressive, as they say. So now I got to tell you the joint too about when I was in the skills program, and they put me out the skills program where I was helping the youth because they said I was verbally aggressive. But y'all know this how New York dudes talk. Y'all know this how men talk. This how gangsters talk. This how men from the street talk. And none of this to brag, letting you youngins know, don't break the law, don't go to jail. So you ain't got to go through none of this crap. All right. So now 2-3 weeks more go by. So now I'm back there like 2 months. You know what I mean? This cold ass cell. You know what I mean? I done showed y'all what I'm using. Where it's at? I done showed y'all, you know what I mean? I had to take socks and put them on my hands for mittens, man. I done told y'all that. I had to read my book like this, lay up on the joint with this. You know what I mean? I had to take all the socks, cut the hole out the bottom. You know what I mean? So I could put my arm in this end and pull the joint up on my sleeve. You know what I mean? And use these to keep me warm, because they gave me a little jumpsuit. So now this is how they got us living. So I'm telling you, young, you ain't trying to live like that, man. Yo, it ain't even worth it. Trust me. And then I done had $1 million taken from me on the street by the police. I'm gonna start telling y'all some, street gangster stories next week, mixing in with the prison stories to introduce y'all to the world of the streets. So you know that even with all that, it wasn't worth it. So they come see me and they telling me, well, what happened is there's somebody on the compound, well, he was on the compound. We had to lock him up too. Right when we was getting ready to let you out, he came to us. He told us that he testified against you in Norfolk, Virginia, back in 1994. He was a government witness. He testified against you, but he went home, after he got a time cut because you was a big fish. So after he gave him your name and told him, whatever he wanted to tell him about you, they released him, back to the streets. And he stayed out there about 8-9 years, went back into hustling. He got locked up and he's back in custody. And he came here to our institution at Raybrook. He saw you, you know what I mean? You didn't recognize him or you didn't say anything to him. He said you didn't threaten him because we asked him, did you threaten him? Did you say anything? Did he feel threatening? Of course, the coward, you know what I mean? Government informant, you know what I mean? Said, yeah, I felt threatened because I think he going to do something to me because, he's still aggressive. You know what I mean? This is what he's telling them. This is an inmate telling them, like I said, that's an inmate because I'm a convict. You know what I mean? Me, Gangster Lou, you know what I mean? Homicide Lou, Ferris, Kevin Charles, Peter Shue, you understand what I'm saying? D Nice, you understand? We're what they call convicts because we don't follow their rules. We follow our own rules. Like they say, move to the beat of your own drum. Damn, I like that background, man. Y'all like that background? Give me a thumbs up. Yo, thanks, Jax. Now, they telling me about, this dude testified against me and I didn't threaten him. You understand what I'm saying? But yet they got me locked up for investigation. You know what I mean? I don't know who they talking about. So I'm like, who the hell are you talking about? So then they told me his name. You know what I mean? I ain't even gonna say his name because like I said, yeah, man, that's another life, But I might start calling these hot niggas out that testified against me. But, I don't even feed into it because I'm not even mad at them no more. Because, if they not cut from my cloth, that's what it is. I should have known better. So I got to wear that. That's claiming responsibility for, your F up, by even dealing with them. So now I don't know who this dude is. So then they told me his name. They told me his government name. You know what I mean? Now, when they told me his first and last name, it still don't ring a bell. I'm like, I don't know this dude. You know what I mean? Why y'all got me back here? This sound like some bull because y'all mad that I beat the urine, I beat the check-in, you know what I mean? And the DHO released me even after y'all kept me back here. We wasn't supposed to for these punk-ass stamps. And they said, nah, this is serious. What happened is he went home, caught a new case, came back. But since you've been locked up, because this is 2006, I was down 13 years at the time. He said, since you've been down these over a decade, you know what I mean? He done went home, caught a new case, and we're trying to verify it, but we can't verify it because your prosecutor, he also got a promotion. Your prosecutor got a promotion because he locked you up and you was a big fish down there, come out of New York, you know what I mean, down in Virginia. You know what I mean? So, of course, I had to tell him, correct yourself. I wasn't down in Virginia hustling. I sent the drugs to my brother. You understand what I'm saying? And whatever happened down there happened. You understand? But I did send the drugs. But stop saying I was down there in Virginia hustling, man. You know what I mean? Because it ain't enough money in Virginia. You know what I mean? Not when I'm sending 20, 25 keys easy in New York City. You know what I mean? I just looked out for my brother. So they laughing with me and, we talking. And so now they tell me that my prosecutor got a promotion. My prosecutor got a promotion. You know what I mean? For locking me up. So now he's working he Cuban. He working in Nicaragua. You understand what I'm saying? With the Iran-Contra thing with Slick Rick, what is it? Freeway Rick. Good man. I ran into Freeway Rick, back in the street in Ohio, back in the day. And, you know what I mean? When he caught his first case, before he caught his first case, so he probably don't remember me. I didn't even know who he was then. He was another brother out there hustling. I was hustling with some dudes used to throw big-ass parties down there in Ohio. You know what I mean? And, like in stadiums. Y'all know who I'm talking. I don't want to say no names, but if you're from back in the day, so I was, globe trotting on the East Coast. And I also ran the Freeway Rick in Lund Park. You know what I mean? He was in Lund Park with me like 2002. You know what I mean? 2002, definitely 2002. But anyway, so he got my prosecutor got promotion. This kid got released, and I'm sitting in here over a decade in prison, and then now he comes back in prison. He runs into me and don't recognize me. So I go back to the cell, and I'm sitting in that cold-ass cell, and you know what I mean? I don't know if you know, but when it's cold like that, you can't think of nothing, but your thoughts is racing. You know what I mean? And as they talking, I'm trying to remember. So then now, I write home and I tell my people, yo, send me a list of all the rats that was on my case so I could find this dude's name. So they sent me a list, and sure enough, the name that they gave me was on there, but that's not the name that he used at the trial, because at the trial he used a street name. You know, everybody got a street name, you know what I mean? Like, Malik, you know what I mean? But let's talk about down south. They got names like, Stick Man, you know what I mean? Doodoo, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. They got them type of names. My man Chaz, big shout out to Chaz, my man E.T., shout out to E.T., you know what I mean? But, then you have people that use their first and last name, like the homie Kenny Speed. Big shout out to Kenny Speed, you know what I mean? But, Portsmouth, Norfolk. Then we also got people like my man Skeet. You know what I mean? Good brother. You know what I mean? Y'all, Free Skeet, a.k.a. Nathaniel Robinson. That's a good man out of Portsmouth. Good man, had an NXS down there, red joint, was getting money. But anyway, let's get back to this Raybrook joint. But like I said, I'm going to start tapping in the little street, you know what I mean, with these prison stories. So I see the government name, and next to it, it had a.k.a. and the name I know. And I said, but I didn't see this dude. This dude is not here on the compound with me. You know what I mean? It's cold as hell. So like I said, thoughts ain't running right 20 below in this cell. So I thought about it. And about 2 days later, it hit me. The rat bastard was the one that came in the night before they locked me up for that goddamn charge. You know what I mean? For not checking in. But what it was is, when he went to trial, he was a little skinny kid, had waves, dark skin, handsome, he looked like he was about 19 years old, But here it is 13 years later, he done went home and started getting money, doing what he doing, drinking, screwing, having sex with women, smoking weed, probably popping pills, whatever he was doing. But it done deteriorated him. He come back, he ain't got no teeth, you know what I mean? He got the George Jefferson bald spot, he had naps on him, he was ashy, and he had on that prison gig because he just got off the bus. You know what I mean? So it dawned on me that I met this dude the day before I got locked up, and he was looking kind of scary. You know what I mean? But a lot of them dudes come, when they get on a new compound, they look scared to death, like a dead caught in the headlights type shit. So yeah, I didn't pay no mind. So this dude's sitting there and got me locked up. So when they come back to see me again, I asked them, I said, yo, what's going on? They said, okay, well, this is what it is. He saw you, you didn't recognize him. He told us you didn't recognize him, So therefore, being that you didn't recognize him, and he recognized you, he said he feared for his life. We looked in the records. It wasn't in the records that he testified against you. So we didn't know if he lied or not, so we locked him up for investigation. All right, so the issue's with him. The issue's not with me. You know what I mean? I don't even remember the dude. I'm still acting like I don't remember it now, because at the time I didn't. So, of course, I'm playing along with it, because this is what convicts do. So I'm like, the issue's with him. So if he's scared of me, you understand what I'm saying? You already got him locked up. DHO release me, and you do investigation on what he's saying. What that got to do with me? Why am I being investigated? You understand? He said I didn't threaten him. You know what I mean? Then they said, oh, but he felt threatened. I said, all right, well, that's between him and his own coward thoughts. You know what I mean? His guilty thoughts, or whatever you want to call it. That got nothing to do with me. So they said, nah, that's not the way it worked. We being that you back here, we're going to keep you. If you was originally on the compound, we would have, just locked him up and kept you out there and did the investigation quietly. I said, okay, so I'm in here. What's the difference? Because y'all brought me in here on this chumped up charge that I should have never been brought back here on. It was only a couple of punk ass books of stamps. I beat the check-in, the 2-hour check-in. I beat the dirty yawn, and the DHO gave me time served, so I'm supposed to be released back to the compound. Why I can't go on the compound while you do this investigation? Why you even had to tell me his name? Y'all could have did all that, decide what you're going to do. They said, okay, look, this is what it is, Unique. Now they calling me Unique. They respecting my gangster. They say, this is what it is, Unique. We're going to let dude stay back here. You know what I mean? He's scared. This is a rock and rolling camp. If they find out that he telling, you know what I mean, they're going to wind up stabbing him up anyway. We know you not telling, you know what I mean? And you got a lot of pull and a lot of friends on the compound, but, you know, so we're going to let you back out. You know what I mean? I said, all right, so let me back out. Nah, we can't do it till the investigation is over. You know what I mean? So now in the meantime, the SIS come see me and they telling me like this, you know what I mean? Big shout out to my man that I told you they saying that he started ratting when he came back to jail, but he wasn't ratting the first time. So he was my man before he started ratting. But big shout out to my man before he started ratting. You know what I mean? Because, you know, he was Spanish. He's from up Washington Heights. He was looking out, and when I got there, he looked out for me. And whenever I walked in the kitchen, they had a seat set for me over there in the Spanish section. And see, as black as I am, I always hit the back of my hand, force of habit. You know what I mean? What they call that institutionalized. But see how black I am? I'm the only black man that sit over here in the Spanish area. The only black man sit over here in the Spanish area. But, you know, my man had me a little seat over there. Everybody know, don't even come sit there. As soon as I come in, they got a little brown paper bag and they got fried chicken, french fries, or maybe hamburger and french fries, or, you know what I mean? Or maybe turkey and cheese, you know what I mean? You know, sitting in a little bag in the chair for me for when I come. Even when I don't come, the bag is still there. And at the end of the night, when they close the kitchen, then they'll give it to somebody to bring it back to me in the unit. Because sometimes it was too goddamn cold to be walking out to the mess hall, because you got to walk from way up the hill like you were walking from 145th Street, you know what I mean, the Blimpies, you know, Blimpies ain't even there no more, but you know, you walking from Papoose Chicken Joint all the, up on the hill on St. Nick, all the way down, you know, to Willie Burger, you know what I mean, just to go eat. So Willie Burger on 8th Avenue, so that's like 3 blocks away, because you got Convent, you got Bradhurst, you got Edgecombe, then Bradhurst, and then 8th Avenue. So it's like 2.5 blocks. So, you know, that's how I had it. So they said, look, you know, you got too much pull here. You even got the Spanish people looking up to you. You got the black people looking up to you. You know what I mean? So therefore, we think you got too much influence and you got a kingpin mentality and you already went against the police. So we don't want you to start no riot here at our joint like you did at the other joints, because we done looked at your record. I said, all right, so then transfer me then. You know what I mean? They said, well, we still just trying to decide what we going to do because it's between you and this other dude. I said, look, I'm going to tell you what it is, man. You know, y'all don't like me. I don't like you. I don't like this compound. I ain't never been on no 2-hour check-in just because I was arrested for a kingpin charge and y'all scared to death. You know what I mean? So now he turned beet red in the face. You know what I mean? And I said, as a matter of fact, and I think you're a real scumbag. So I'm going to tell you like this. Transfer me. I don't even want to stay on your compound. You keep the rat. Let him go out there and get killed. I'm a boogie and go somewhere else. Because either way, my point's the same. I'm going to go to another FCI. Y'all got me way up here in Raybrook, up here by the Mohawk Mountains in near Canada. You know what I mean? So, y'all, just transfer me to another FCI. Anywhere you send me, I'm going to go closer. I might get lucky, hit Farrington, school kill. Farrington like an hour from, you know what I mean, from New York. You know what I mean? School kill like an hour and a half. You got McKean, that's like 2.5. So anywhere they send me, I figure I'll be good. So now I'm all in their face. Man, you a scumbag. Get away from my cell. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, turn the AC on. It's kind of warm in here. You know, it's 20 below, but I'm playing with, man, it's kind of warm in here. Turn the AC on and get the hell away from me. You know what I mean? So now, he's saying, oh, don't let us come in there and take your socks. We know you got socks in there, extra socks. I said, man, when you come up in there and take these extra socks so I can warm up whooping your ass. You know what I mean? But this is how I'm talking to him. But right now I'm just letting them know I'm ready to fight and I'm ready to boogie. I'm not with this. Because I ain't getting no shots, so my points are still the same. So they give me a transfer to be called an administrative transfer because they scared to death of me being on the compound. You understand what I'm saying? You know, I didn't say, know what I mean? All right. Just having a little fun with y'all this morning. But don't forget, man, you know, I'm penitentiary rich. And I didn't even crank up in the joint doing nothing. You know what I mean? So I know anywhere I go closer to home, I'll be able to get visit, you know, be able to manipulate somebody, bring some more drugs in or bring some more drugs in myself, whatever I want to do. And I'll be able to eat better than I'm eating anyway. And, you know, I'm just tired of this crap. And it's even cold in the cells on the compound. Cells is bigger, nicer, but it's freezing. They ain't for me. You know what I mean? It's time for me to go, you know? So the little cool cop that I told you, the one that told me chill out, they try and lock me out, little Italian dude, you know what I mean? SIS dude, you know? So after they leave, he doubled back to my cell and he started laughing and he said, man, I can't stand that lieutenant I work for. He said, I'm glad you called him a scumbag. He said, I've been trying to tell him that for the longest, but, they got me on probation working. But I told him to leave you alone, man, that everybody's not a coward. You can't expect everybody to, to kiss your ass and bow to our rules, man. Some people is just going to buck, and you just got to know how to, deal with them, because that's what the whole thing is about. Everybody ain't got the same mentality. So my unit team come back and see me and they say, oh, you cussed out the SIS, that's not good for you. I said, what do you mean ain't good for me? I'm going to tell you now, look, man, you've been cool with me. You told me what's going on in this investigation. You know what I mean? You told me you wasn't supposed to tell me. I didn't tell them. You understand what I'm saying? Nothing. They told me that I was on the investigation for what you told me, but they didn't give me all the information, and I didn't want to be here anyway, so I cussed the scumbag out. But, thank you for everything. You know what I mean? And he's like, well, we're going to just... we're going to look into what we're going to do. I said, look, don't let me call you a scumbag, too. Just get me up out of here, man. It's freezing in this cell. You know what I mean? Your compound sucks. You know what I mean? Y'all, and I don't want to go through this crap no more. Just put me in for a transfer because I got the same lateral thing. So he said, all right, I'm going to take care of the paperwork. So he go do the paperwork. Just to show how dirty this administration is. So then out of nowhere, and I know y'all gonna love this video because I love talking about it. Hit that like button, man. Hit that like button. Subscribe to Unique Mecca TV. Cop the book of Rowan Harlem. And you see the goddamn Cash App up there, man. You like this joint, donate. Look how good I got this joint looking. It costs me money, man, like PBS. Like Jerry Lewis getting ready to have his little marathon to get money for his channel and his cause. This is mine. You know what I mean? Oh, and happy holidays. All right? Now, he said, I'm going to do the paperwork. He goes to do the paperwork, but when he goes to do the paperwork, I get a visit from another staff. Now, this is this big doofy cop that I told you, the one that said that, I'm going to tell you what he said. I'm going to let him tell you what he said. He come to my door. You know what I mean? This big doofy cop. See if y'all remember the story from part 1, because this part 2. He come to my door, and, he towering over the door. He looking down at me. I'm cut up slim, and he looked like this big, like a lumberjack, you know what I mean? And he looking down at me, mincing, face all screwed up. And he said, yeah, you really screwed up now. You done cussed out the SIS. I said, look, man, the SIS is a scumbag. You're a scumbag. You're a piece of crap. You didn't want me on the compound when I got here. He said, yeah, you're right. I didn't want you on the compound, and I told you that they was going to handcuff you and walk you up that damn hill, and you was going to be in our shoe, and you wasn't going to last, and now you ain't going to last. I said, all right, so what? Your compound sucks, you suck. I mean, and by the fact, your wife's screwing that other officer. You act like you don't know what's going on. Where you think your wife at when she be working late nights? Because his wife was a counselor, the jailer, and he was a counselor. I said, where you think your wife at when you go home after you're doing your counseling work, but your wife stayed back saying that she counseling? Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm breaking his heart right now. You know what I mean? I said, you already know. Everybody know. The compound know. You acting like you don't know. You a scumbag, just like the SIS. And your wife is screwing all the officers when you at home. You know what I mean? So he slammed on the door like, oh, man, he all mad. I said, man, please open this door so I can, open this door, man. You know what I mean? Because me and you need to have a real man-to-man. You know what I mean? And he's sitting there looking. I said, man, open the door. You know what I mean? And I said, yeah, your wife is screwing, and I heard she give good head. You know what I mean? And he's furious on the other side of the door. But I want him to open the door because it's cold in there, and I know I'll warm up whooping his big ass. And he's sitting there talking about, that's why you wasn't going to make it. I said, my man, I'm doing time. No matter where y'all put me, I don't care where y'all put me, it's still ticking towards my pine box. Remember, y'all got a pine box for me. I got life with no parole. So no matter what, you can't stop this time. You understand? Yeah, well, you ain't got a date. I said, I don't need a date. You understand what I'm saying? I'm free. He said, no, you're not. You locked up. I said, no, I'm physically locked up. I'm mentally free. And your wife is still screwing everybody and giving good head. So now he get mad, he kick the door and he walk away. But he's so stupid, he talking all loud and, you know what I mean, he repeating everything. My wife is not sucking a dick. And he's carrying on. And all the police is listening. My neighbors is listening. So now everybody else start yelling out, yeah, I heard your wife taking it down the throat. Yeah, I heard your wife do anal. Oh, man, you can't even satisfy your wife. Big as you is, the steroids done shrunk you up. And everybody riding them. And he's pissed that I'm sitting here on him. You know what I mean? So he said, you know what? I'm going to fix you. I'm going to fix you. So he leaves. You know what I mean? So when he leaves, I don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? I figured, he gonna come back, bust his cell. I'm gonna get a little wreck, maybe lose a couple more teeth. You know what I mean? Get another couple of ribs broken, but, enjoy the fight. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I'm still the winner because they know I ain't no coward. But physically, I'm gonna be the loser. I'm gonna keep it 100. You know what I mean? So just letting y'all know, youngins, you ain't trying to go do this, man. This is where my mentality was at, and I know your mentality ain't there. I pray to God your mentality ain't there, because man, I pray to God to never put another man through these stories that I'm telling you. So that's why I'm telling you, don't get involved in this shit, man. It ain't worth it, man. But he leaves, he pissed off. So now he pissed off. Where we at? Oh man. We already at 30 minutes. I can't give y'all more than 30 minutes because y'all don't like the Cash App like you supposed to. So I'm going to end this joint here. If you want part 3 about what happened when this dude left, you know what I mean, and came back to screw me off and how this joint played off at Raybrook, this is my little Raybrook segment. Y'all send me a goddamn Cash App. You know what I mean? And put in the comments. That's all you got to do. I'm just teaching about the Cash App. I just love telling my stories because I know the youth is listening. But put in the comments that you want part 3, what happened after this big doofy cop that I done, put out there and everybody told him how his wife choking on another man's sack. You know what I mean? Y'all put in the comments. But cop the book of Rowan Harlem. Subscribe, like, all that crap. You know what to do. But we out.
Hi guys, welcome to Platinum Cuisines. We're located in Freeport on the Nautical Mile. Just wanted to introduce my partner, Amy.
Hi guys, how are you? And this is my sister-in-law, Diana, another partner. I just ask that you come support our minority-owned business. We serve Asian fusion, Caribbean cuisine, and we have a beautiful restaurant located on the Nautical Mile in Freeport, New York. And we're asking that you come check us out and also make sure to tune in to Mecca Audio TV.
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime. What? Fresh out the can of 26, he back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. An Instagram page and a YouTube you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, Mecca Audio. Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was whining. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spin a couple bands on the Dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a roaring uptown. They be horn uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now you trying to stop the kids from being an operative.